And then under it. This is the second call for the Niners. We southeast corner. Second call, Niners. We southeast corner.
Hello, this is Todd Harvey. Welcome to today's broadcast of the 2012 state finals of the championships within the girls' Kansas State. We're starting right now. It is with great pride and enthusiasm we are introducing to you at this time an individual who is being inducted into the Kansas State High School Activities Hall of Fame. The recipients of this prestigious award are few in number, but their leadership, dedication, and commitment to Kansas school activities cannot be measured. I direct your attention to the award stand. Making the presentation this afternoon is Mr. Gary Musselman, Executive Director of the Kansas State High School Activities Association, David Sherry, and Mike Dillon, high school coach of the selected swimmer. Very prestigious award here within the Kansas State High School ranks, being inducted into the Hall of Fame. And notice they're going to do this right here at the state championship meets in the finals, just proving what an honor it is to be inducted into that Hall of Fame. Once again, Todd Harvey here with you today, bringing you the action this afternoon at the girls' 2012 Kansas State High School Association swim meet for the Class 6A. If we go back to last year, kind of look at our final three teams in the 6A. Oh, we'll get back to that in a second. They handed me another sheet here to read about Miss Amy Oberhelman. Amy Oberhelman is considered one of the best Kansas high school swimmers of all time. A student at Manhattan High School from 1990 to 1994. She is credited with 7 league records, 9 school records, and set 6 state records: 100 free, 200 free twice, 200 free relay, 200 individual medley, and the 100 butterfly. In addition to winning 10 state championship titles, she was named an All-American 13 times. Amy represented her high school team with extraordinary spirit, kindness, and grace. Her focus and pursuit of excellence brought everyone around her to a higher level. She made everyone on the team better because of her dedication, enthusiasm, and pursuit of excellence. As talented and skilled as she was, she always displayed an important sign of sportsmanship by never exiting the pool after a race until all the competitors had finished. An academic All-American and class valedictorian, she was a member of the National Honor Society and was a National Merit Commended Scholar from 1989 to 1992. She was a select camp participant at the Olympic Training Center, and in 1993 was an Olympic Festival team selection. Amy attended Stanford University, helping lead the Cardinals to 3 NCAA national championship titles, 95, 96, and 98. She was named an All-American 8 times and selected captain of the swim team her senior year. Academically, she had enormous talent, consistency, and dedication to her vision and pursued her goal of becoming an outstanding doctor. Amy Oberhelman is still revered today. What she accomplished during her swimming and academic careers is truly an inspiration to many. As we saw Amy there accept her award, congratulations to her on her accomplishment. That is tremendous. Again, we're at the finals today. Let's get you updated on a little bit here. We were talking about maybe our top 3 teams from a year ago in this division. Let me bring you the top team from a year ago. I apologize. Shawnee Mission East was the state champion last year as a team. Olathe Northwest was second, and Blue Valley North was third. We'll see how those teams fare today. And we're going to stand for the national anthem. Rendition of the national anthem, which is going to pump up our swimmers and get them excited here. You can see many of them behind the block shaking out their legs and wobbling side to side during the playing of that, getting their adrenaline up. What a great pump-up song to start our day in our championships. We're going to run a consolation final and a championship final, so we have a B final and an A final. In the consolation final, you'll have seeds 9 through 16, and in the championship final, you'll have your 1 through 8 seeds. Event number 1, girls 200-yard medley relay, meet record of 1:45.87 set in 2009 by Lawrence Free State. Lane 1, Topeka. Lane 2, Olathe North. Lane 3, Shawnee Mission North. Lane 4, Olathe Northwest. Lane 5, Shawnee Mission Northwest. Lane 6, Shawnee Mission South. Lane 7, Blue Valley Northwest. And lane 8 is going to be Wichita Heights. This is our medley relay. Individuals are going to swim 2 lengths of the pool: backstroke, breaststroke, butterfly, and freestyle. Nice clean start there by all the backstrokers. Notice they arch their back nicely to extend and get their arms back in the water first and kick their feet out of the water, looking for a fast tempo here in a 50. Just going down and back. As you rotate into the turn here, you want to explode your legs, get that momentum, speed going into the wall. Speed into the wall equals speed coming off the wall. Great tempo right there. Olathe Northwest in lane 4. Lane 2 right behind Olathe North. Looking for these relay starts are going to be key today. Notice that the swimmer on the block is moving as the swimmer is finishing in the water. You do not want to leave early, as that would result in a disqualification. We don't want to see that from any of the athletes today. Olathe Northwest adding on to their lead here in this breaststroke leg. Fantastic leg by a breaststroker. Makes the flyer freestyle just a little bit more calm on the second half of this important relay here to start off the day for all of our swimmers in this finals. You want to get off to a great start. Show the team that you're mentally prepared today, that you're physically prepared. And it just is a lot of fun out there for these athletes. These girls are having a ball. They're screaming and cheering for each other. Nice turn right there. Hips to the wall, coming off the wall. You want to get up and start swimming here. Again, Olathe Northwest leading the charge here. Rest of our field over there in lane 6, Shawnee Mission South coming on strong. 2 and 3, Olathe North and Shawnee Mission North battling out a little bit there, along with lane 5. Here's that freestyle leg as they come home now. Looks like Olathe Northwest is going to wrap up a 9th place finish here. Tight field with Shawnee Mission Northwest and Shawnee Mission South in 5 and 6. Lane 3's right there, Shawnee Mission North as well. And here comes lane 7, Blue Valley Northwest. Out of nowhere, coming into the wall, and I believe touching second, in second place, Blue Valley Northwest. Probably picking up 4 or 5 yards there in that last 50 yards. What an amazing swim over there. This is fantastic way to start our day. 157.7 was our 9th place team from Olathe Northwest. Blue Valley Northwest taking second in that heat, and rounding out our top 3 in that heat, lane 3, Shawnee Mission North. We're going to move on to our championship final now. So here's our seeds 1 through 8. Top seeds of today. Lane 1, Shawnee Mission West. Lane 2, Lawrence Free State. Lane 3 is Lawrence. Lane 4, Topeka Washburn Rural. Lane 5, Blue Valley North. Lane 6, Shawnee Mission East. Lane 7, Wichita East. And lane 8, Olathe East. Lane 4, lane 6, and lane 8. Interesting story here. All 3 of those teams, Washburn Rural, Shawnee Mission East, and Olathe East, they have put all 3 of their relay races today inside of the top 8 places. That is huge for team point standings. And we'll get to those points here momentarily and explain to you just what it means for relays to be in the top 8 compared to the consolation final. Out nicely right here, lane 4, Washburn Rural, out in front of the field yesterday at a 148.93. Look at that leadoff swim right there. That provides a lot of confidence for your other swimmers. They know they're out in front in clean water, able to just kind of not have to worry about it. They can just kind of go out and do their thing. Pretty tight field here with lanes 2, 3, 5, 6, and 7 coming up through, with Free State and Lawrence and Blue Valley North and Shawnee Mission East and Wichita East all right there on this important breaststroke leg. See what happens here. Washburn Rural still out in front. Good stroke coming through. She's just not laying off. Notice some of these swimmers are having a step-up start. They wind up, throwing those arms forward. That's momentum. Gets them into the water and allows them to have speed into that water rather than a flat start where we'll see that's a swimmer that's starting an event from a gun start. They can use that momentum in their underwater. Washburn Rural still out in front here. Blue Valley North bringing us in second. And in third place, Lawrence right there. Good clean entries from all of our athletes right there in the relay start going into our final leg of the freestyle. Looking for a great turn right here. We don't want to see a lot of breathing from a 50 freestyler. When you rotate your head, starts plowing you through the water, creates that resistance. And here goes Washburn Rural. These girls are excited behind the block. They were celebrating 148.17 for your state championship team there of Washburn Rural. Second place, lane 5, Blue Valley North, followed by third place, 152.0 in lane 3 with Lawrence. Great day. Look at those girls. They were very happy, celebrating before that race was over. They kind of knew they had dominated that heat. Look at those smiles. Very happy, shaking hands here. Proud of their accomplishment. There's your state championship team, Washburn Rural. Girls, 200-yard freestyle. We're going to run the consolation final now, and then after this consolation final, we will do the awards for the 200 medley relay. Event 2. Your state record is 148.13, set yesterday by Haley Molden of Washburn Rural. So we'll see her here in a little bit. But first off, we're going to have this consolation final, 200-yard freestyle. Lane 1 is going to be Maddie Bryant, a junior from Olathe Northwest. Lane 2 is going to be Kara Brown, a freshman out of Olathe East. Lane 3, Alex Milhuff, a sophomore out of Topeka. Lane 4, Lauren Nordell Morris, freshman from Blue Valley Northwest, your top seed in this heat. She's your 9th seed here in the consolation final. Audrey Markway going to be in lane 5, a junior from Olathe East. Lane 6, Hallie Bridenthal, sophomore from Blue Valley Northwest. And lane 7, Eliza Anderson, freshman out of Free State. And in lane 8, Krista McKittrick, senior from Shawnee Mission East. It's like they're having just a slight delay here. That'll be all right. It'll allow us to go over some points here in an individual event. Swimmer recovery is what I'm being told. So we have someone swimming the medley relay coming right out into the 200 freestyle. So they'll take a little break here to allow them to rest up a little bit and have a fair chance at their next event. And on top of that, we'll go with our individual event scores. If you are in the top 8, first place is worth 20 points. Second place is worth 17. Third, 16. Fourth, you'll get 15. Fifth, you'll get 14. Sixth, 13. 7, 12. And 8 will score your team 11 points. If you're in 9th place, you get 9 points. Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, if you're in 9th place, you get 9 points. 7th place, 10th place, you'll get 7 points. 11th place, you'll get 6 points. 12 is 5 points. 13 is 4 points. 14 will be 3 points. 15, 2. And, of course, 16 will give you 1 point. Now, the advantage to having all your relays in the finals, the top 8 placements, is that relays are double the points. So a first place would be 40 points in a relay. And, of course, 9th place would give you 18 points and so on. You can just double those individual points for your places. And that is crucial in a team standing, putting all 3 of those relays in. That's not going to do it all for you, though, to be able to win a state championship. You got to have some swimmers seated in the top 8 and, of course, 9 through 16 as well. And that will help you accumulate those points. It'll be looks like they're announcing a coach to come on over. Looks like they're going to talk to a coach at this time from Shawnee Mission West. Not quite sure what they're looking to talk to him about, but I will chat and see if I can find that out for you and bring you that news. These girls are looking all right behind the block, looking nice and loose, swinging their arms a little bit, shaking their legs out. Not too concerned about the delay. They've probably been swimming a long time in their life, probably had little delays like this. And like we said, it was one of those deals where they knew that they were going to take a short break, so they were probably aware of it. Looks like they're getting ready to start. Again, our state record set yesterday. Haley Molden, 148.13. Here we go one more time. Your lane assignments. Maddie Bryant's in lane 1. Kara Brown's in lane 2. Alex Milhuff's in lane 3. Lauren Nordell Morris is going to be in lane 4. Audrey Markway is going to be in 5. Hallie Breidendahl is going to be in 6. Eliza Anderson in 7. And Krista McKittrick in lane 8. In order to get into our consolation finals yesterday, an athlete would have had to go 2:05.82 in order to qualify for today's consolation final. Again, this is going to be the 200 free, 8 laps of the pool. This is a sprint event. Don't be fooled by the 8 laps and let you think, wow, it's a distance event. Really a short race in swimming terms. You're going to be going for about 2 minutes, 2:05 here in this heat. In the next heat, we'll see a little bit quicker, but your heart rate's going to be up for about that amount of time, so not quite as long as you would think. Looks like they're out good. We want to see them out strong, long. We want to see nice, calm, smooth swimming. Looks like we got lane 7 over there. Eliza Anderson, a freshman from Free State, making her name known here on the first 50, 27.24. Looks like the field's pretty bunched up. Eliza's still out there a little bit ahead, but everybody else kind of bunched up 1 through 8 right there, with Eliza extending her lead a little bit now. Looks like in lane 4, Lauren Nordell Morris, another freshman out of Blue Valley Northwest, might have turned second there at that 75 mark. Here we are at the 100, still going to be lane 7 leading the way at 57.26. a great swim there for 100 freestyle. So imagine this, she's going out in her 200 now. Right here's that third 50. Want to see her really try to up-tempo this third 50 as a coach. You don't want them to sit back and wait for that last 50. You want to see those legs continue to go. You want to see a little bit high tempo in the arms. You still want to see finishing all the way down by your thigh with those hands. That's going to let you grab the water, drag yourself forward. 128.17 at the 150 from the freshman out of Lawrence Free State, Eliza Anderson over there in lane 7. We'll see what happens here. Looks like lane 3 and lane 5 might be battling for second place here. It's Alex Milhoff and Audrey Markway. See what we have coming home here. Lane 7, going to be the freshman taking 9th place. Eliza Anderson out of Free State, 158.98. What a great swim today. Seated at 203.7 in the prelims. Look at that smile. She just dropped 5 seconds from yesterday to today. Maybe a little bit of that freshman nerve yesterday from maybe the first event at state. And today she came back and just destroyed it. 158.98. Followed by lane 3. Sophomore from Topeka, Alex Milhoff. And rounding out your top 3, lane 5, Audrey Markway, a junior from Olathe East. Now we'll give you those results from the 200-yard medley relay. 16th, Wichita Heights, 206.7. 15th, Topeka, 206.12. 14th, Olathe North, 203.89. 13th, Shawnee Mission Northwest, 202.06. 12th, Shawnee Mission South, 202.01. 11th, Shawnee Mission North, 201.82. Blue Valley Northwest was 10, 201.74. Olathe Northwest at 157.72 won your consolation final in 9th place. Unfortunately, there has been a DQ in the championship final of the 200-yard medley relay. That DQ has been charged to Shawnee Mission West. So in 7th place, we have Olathe East, 158.26. In 6th place, we have Lawrence Free State, 154.30. Here they come. You'll see that the coach from the winning team or winning individual gets to hand out the medals today. 5th place is going to be Shawnee Mission East, 154.23. Fourth place, Wichita East, 154.04. See that our award stands is very close to the spectator stands. Very spectator friendly here at the State High School Championships in Kansas at the Capital Federal Natatorium in Hummer Sports Park. Lawrence High School is third, 152.08. See a lot of flashes going off. Parents are able to take quality pictures just being feet away from their athletes. Second place is going to be Blue Valley North, 150.16. That's your state runner-up, Blue Valley North, coming up to the award blocks at this time. And your state champions, 2012, 200-yard medley relay, Topeka Washburn Rural, with a time of 1:48.17. That's Molden, Valdez, Fritsch, and Christensen. So there you go. Haley Molden, who we're going to be seeing here in just a couple of seconds, and swimming the 200 free in the championship heat. She's up there on the award stand getting an award right now. She's going to celebrate that. Probably going to help her out a little bit with her energy level and excitement. She's going to be just fine as she comes over here just a moment to swim the 200 free because she is your state record holder in this event at 1:48.13. Again, that was set yesterday. We'll kind of have to watch her today. She was out blazing yesterday in that 200 free performance, and then on top of it came home with incredible speed on the last 50. A lot of happy kids up there on the award stand. One of those times now. We'll see if probably be just a slight delay here as we'll need to wait for our top seed to walk over from the award stand to come over to lane 4. She's going to be ready to swim. Looks like she's kind of running over here. That's all right. They'll probably wait for her, would be my guess. So 200-yard freestyle once again. Another 8 laps of the pool. Looking for being long and strong in the first 50. We don't want to get short and choppy. And, of course, we want to make sure that third 50 hit a little bit hard to be able to bring it home. We talk about bringing it home on heart and on some guts if you're a coach. Looks like they're about ready here to get started with this. Looks like everybody's behind the blocks. Nice, calm, and casual. Everybody looks real loose. Looks like they're ready to go. Have a great swim, stretching out, final stretches, final little maybe ritual that some of the swimmers go through right before the starting block, playing with goggles or caps or adjusting suits or anything of that matter. Looks like they're going to give her just a little bit of time. Awfully nice sportsmanship here by the coaches and the other athletes of the Kansas high school teams. We'll just give it a slight second here. Looks like there's your top seed stepping back. Just relax a little bit. Just kind of. Here we go. There's the whistle from the meet referee. Lets them know that they're going to get ready. Championship finals. Molly Rockefeller is going to be in lane 1, a senior from Washburn Rural. Meg Stanley's in lane 2. She's a junior from Shawnee Mission East. McKenna Reif is in lane 3, a senior from Olathe Northwest. Haley Molden, your state record holder, in lane 4, your top seed, a senior from Washburn Rural at 1:48.13. Heather Cristola, junior from Lawrence, in lane 5. Katie Vaughn's in lane 6, senior from Olathe Northwest. Emily Minnick is in lane 7, a sophomore from Shawnee Mission East. Pillar Dritz is in lane 8, a sophomore from Manhattan. So, of course, we'll see Miss Haley Molden a little bit later as well. She's our top seed in the 500. And we also have Molly, Meg, McKenna, and Pillar as well will be swimming the 500 later in the championships. Some of those other swimmers swimming some other events. Typically, we'll see some 200 individuals go ahead and swim that 500 as well, even though we consider this a sprint distance. They can double into that 500, swim 300 yards more a little bit later. Looks real smooth and calm right here coming out. Nice form, arms coming straight in front of her shoulders. Not wide, not overcrossing her head. 25.33. If I remember correctly, that's right about where she was out yesterday. She's just going to continue to put the hammer down here. I don't think she's going to hold back at all in this race. She's probably really excited from that medley relay swim. Might have her amped up just a little bit more. Nice race right here between lane 3 and 5. We have McKenna Reif and Heather Costola battling out. Looks like lane 3 is going to turn here at the 100 right before 5. 53.16. That'd be a great 100 free time. That might battle for a state championship in the 100 free alone. She's going out in the 200 freestyle. There's those legs. Look at those legs. That turnover's still churning. What I gather, Miss Haley Molden's going to be attending KU in the fall to swim. Glad to see that. Staying local. 1:21.03 she's at in the final 50. So you got to think about it right here. She comes home about 28. She's going to put a little pressure on her record from yesterday. So we'll see how she comes home. Hopefully that crowd's getting nice and loud to try to bring her home. Hopefully they're excited. But look at that race between lanes 3 and 5. Here she comes. She's still going to have a great swim, ladies and gentlemen. 148.67. That's a great swim. Lane 3 and 5 right here battling it out as they come in. Looks like lane 3 just out-touched lane 5. And it is lane 3, McKenna Rife, taking second in that heat in 155.0. And lane 5, Heather Costola out of Lawrence going 155.26. Great race right there in lanes 3 and 5, bringing it home for the finish. 148.67, an excellent swim by our Haley Molden from Topeka Washburn Rural, future KU swimmer here. Great swim, not a lot of rest there between that medley relay and all that excitement. She did a great job containing that and using it in her swim to go 148.67. That is a tremendous swim. 2 days in a row breaking 149. Looks like we're going to move on to our 200-yard IM consolation final. Meet record, state record 201.15 set 1999 by Katie Yevik. Remember the 200 IM, the swimmers are going to be swimming 2 laps, butterfly, backstroke, breaststroke, and freestyle. Lane 1, Nicole Denanzi, junior, Blue Valley Northwest. 2, Meredith Ricks, junior from Topeka. 3, Samantha Laffin, junior, Olathe East. 4, Kathleen Fee, senior from Hutchinson. 5, Karsten Leimer, senior, Blue Valley North. Annie Ordowski is going to be in lane 6, a sophomore from Lawrence. Olivia Trans in lane 7, a sophomore from Wichita East. And rounding out the field, a freshman from Wichita East, Samantha King. So we have a couple freshmen making their appearance here within our first 3 events. That's good to see. Freshmen making a name for themselves in the state, showing that they're going to be powerhouse maybe in the future here. 200 IM, these are kind of your utility swimmers within your team, and you can use them throughout, maybe in a little butterfly, or maybe you need to swim backstroke, or maybe you need to swim breaststroke in a meet. They can kind of put all those strokes together in order to help you out. So right here, we're going to put them all together in the same, go 200 yards, so 8 laps, another sprint here. Really bunched up right here in this butterfly. Want to see them nice long arms, nice down kick on that fly. Looks like lane 7 is out right there, 29.10. Olivia Tran from Wichita East taking it out in that butterfly. Looks like lane 1's right there now in the backstroke, putting a little pressure on. It's Nicole Danzy out of Blue Valley Northwest. Want to make sure we're keeping our head steady here. You don't want to see a head going side to side in the backstroke. That creates resistance within that pool, or within the pool, and make it a little bit harder. Look at this. 1, 2, 3, 5, and 7, all pretty darn close right there. Turning at the wall, going into the breaststroke. Third 50 right here. Should be exciting with the breaststroke. Make sure to throw those hands forward. Try to make your move if you can. Looks like lane 8's got a nice fast turnover, trying to get back involved here in this race. We got Nicole, Meredith, Samantha, Kathleen, all right there. First 5 lanes, along with Karsten. This race could be decided in the last 10 yards, quite possibly, of the freestyle. Bunched up field right here. Looks like lane 4 making a little bit of a move here. Kathleen Fee out of Hutchinson. Looks like she really turned on the jets there the last 10 yards. Over in lane 1, Nicole out of Blue Valley Northwest put on the hammer there in the breaststroke too. Freestyle, 50 yards left. Nice turn right there. Going to use her underwaters, couple dolphin kicks, help propel her forward a little bit. She broke that surface, started high tempo right away. Looks like lane 3 putting on the pressure here in the last 10 yards, though. The crowd is going nuts trying to bring her home, but it's going to be lane 4, 2:19, 45 for Kathleen Fee. Followed by lane 3, Samantha Laughlin, junior out of Olathe East. Rounding out the top 3, lane 1, Outside Smoke, Blue Valley Northwest, Nicole Danzy, bringing it from the outside right there. So we had some individuals moving up within that heat right there. You can only move within the heat you're in. You can't move up into the top 8 from the 9 through 16. But we had individuals that were seated 15th move all the way up to 11th. Nice job. 200 freestyle results right here. 16th place, Krista McKittrick, Shawnee Mission East, 205.83. Kara Brown, freshman, Olathe East, 203.93. Lauren Nordell Morris, freshman, Blue Valley Northwest, 203.35. 13th, Hallie Bridenthal, sophomore, Blue Valley Northwest, 202.73. Maddie Bryant, junior, Olathe Northwest, 202.42. Audrey Markway is in 11th, junior, Olathe East, 201.53. Alex Milhoff was 10th, senior, Topeka, 201.29. And in 9th place, Eliza Anderson, a freshman from Lawrence Free State, 158.98. Tremendous swim there. Your top 8 finishers in the 2012 200-yard freestyle. 8th place, Pillar Dritz, sophomore out of Manhattan, 200.44. 7th place, Molly Rockefeller, senior, Topeka Washburn Rural, 200.19. So Topeka Washburn Rural there throwing 2 people into the championship finals here. That's huge in the team point race. 6th place going to be Emily Minnick, Shawnee Mission East sophomore, 158.26. Your 5th place finisher, Meg Stanley Jr., Shawnee Mission East, 157.94. Fourth place, Katie Vaughn, senior from Olathe Northwest, 157.56. Third place, Heather Sistola, junior from Lawrence, 155.26. Your state runner-up, 2012, McKenna Rife, senior, Olathe Northwest, 155.07. And, of course, your state champion, 2012, state record holder at 1:48.13. Her time today, 1:48.67. Haley Molden, a senior from Topeka, Washburn Rural. So we've had a couple events already. We talked about her in the medley relay, where they had a state championship, and Haley just added to her collection, taking her second title today. First individual title of the day. A little bit of a relay title earlier. Very happy young ladies right there, showing each other, giving each other some hugs, appreciating their competition and sportsmanship. They're probably going to head back down to the other end of the pool and maybe get some warm down going. Oh, looks like the Washburn girls want a little picture together. Pretty impressive when you can put 2 individuals in an event there. Shawnee Mission East also had 2 individuals in that event, and so did Olathe Northwest. Huge team score advantage right there for those teams. And in your championship heat of the 200-yard IM, Delaney Cross is in lane 1, Blue Valley North freshman. 2, Paige Meredith, junior from Shawnee Mission South. Lane 3, Mackenzie Neely, a junior from Olathe Northwest. Gretchen Frick is your top seed in lane 4. She's going to be a sophomore out of Lawrence. Sarah Freshnock is going to be a junior from Shawnee Mission East in lane 5. Jamie Fritsch is in lane 6, junior from Washburn Rural. Sarah Moncong Dyke, Lucy Sarah Moncong Dyke, sophomore from Lawrence Free State, is in lane 7. And Alyssa Newberry is going to be in lane 8, a junior from Derby. Watch Delaney and Paige and Jamie and Alyssa here on the front half within this butterfly, as they're all seated in the top 8 of the 100 fly here in a little bit. So this might be their strong stroke. Helps them get out a little bit quicker. Whereas then we'll go to lane 7 with Lucy being a backstroker. Sarah Freshnock's going to be in the breaststroke a little bit later. Lane 3, Mackenzie Neely is going to be a backstroker a little bit later, so we can watch and see if these girls are going to try to make their moves on quite possibly one of their stronger strokes. Your top seed here, Gretchen Frick, will be in the 500 later, showing her distance ability in a little while. It's like the backstroke, we're kind of bunched up. Looks like lane 3 right there. Sure enough, Mackenzie Neely, your third seed in the 100 back a little bit later, putting the pressure on here in her number 1 stroke quite possibly. Look at that nice tempo, good rhythm, nice and calm. There's that flipping backward turn kind of. We have a couple different turns with a bucket turn, and a back turn, and an open turn. Notice she throws her head back and she whips her legs back up over her body. Kind of hard to do, but she clearly mastered that turn. Right here we have lanes 4 and 5 catching back up in the breaststroke. Of course, Sarah Freshnock in 5 is going to be in your breaststroke a little bit later. Gretchen Frick showing a quality swim here as well in the breaststroke in lane 4. See if she can use her distance ability here to kind of maybe outgun these girls on the last 50. It's a great turn right there with Gretchen and Sarah, and of course Mackenzie all right there. Got a battle down here for maybe 5th place between lanes 1 and 2, Delaney and Paige. Well, there they go at the turn. Pretty even here as they come home. Crowd's bringing them home, seeing if they can. Look at that kick right there, that explosion right there. She's not messing around in these last 15 yards. Little breath in the flag to look to see if he was there. 2:08.64 from Gretchen Frick, your winner, 2012 state champion, Gretchen Frick. Followed by, in lane 5, Sarah Freshnock, a junior from Shawnee Mission East, and rounding out the top 3, lane 3, Mackenzie Neely, a junior of Olathe Northwest. Nice swims right there from all of our ladies within the 200-yard IM. Lane 1 moving all the way up. A little freshman there moving all the way up into 6th place from 8th place. That's what coaches like to see on a championship final day. 50-yard freestyle coming up next. Sprint event, adrenaline. Very exciting race. Will bring up your adrenaline level. Shayla Panowitz, lane 1, sophomore from Blue Valley North. Lane 2, Marjorie Trussell, freshman from Blue Valley North. Chelsea Spratz is in lane 3, a senior from Blue Valley West. Laney Leak is in lane 4, a senior from Shawnee Mission East. Anna Elliott's a sophomore out of Olathe East in lane 5. Ellie Stafford's in lane 6, a senior from Blue Valley North. And Mariah Scipio is in lane 7, a freshman from Manhattan. And Caroline Kelter is in lane 8, a freshman from Olathe North. And your state record is 23:49, set by Courtney Caldwell yesterday in the preliminary session of this meet. Notice it gets very quiet for the start and the sprints. Starts are very important here. Fall behind in a start, you may not be able to make up that ground in such a short race of going down and back at your fastest possible speed. I know it's only 50 yards, but imagine with a running race doing the 100-yard dash and falling behind from the start, probably not going to catch up. Look at that turnover right there in lane 6. Head is down, not breathing. Lane 6, 24:97, takes your consolation heat. That's Ellie Stafford, a senior from Blue Valley North, followed by lane 5 at 25:57. That's Anna Elliott, a sophomore out of Olathe East. And rounding out your top 3 was lane 4, 25:91, Laney Leak, senior, Shawnee Mission East. Looks like we're going to have the awards for the 200-yard IM. 16th, Annie Ordowski, sophomore from Lawrence, 222.49. 15, Karsten Leimer, senior, Blue Valley North, 221.35. 14th, Olivia Tran, sophomore, Wichita East, 221.34. 13th, Samantha King, freshman out of Wichita East, 220.93. Meredith Ricks, a junior from Topeka, was 12th at 220.84. Nicole Danzy, junior from Overland Park, Blue Valley Northwest, 220.59. Samantha Laughlin, junior, Olathe East, is 10th at 219.73. And Kathleen Fee, a senior from Hutchinson, was 219.45, taking 9th place. There's your 8th place finisher, Alyssa Newberry, a junior from Derby, 220.72. And in lane 7th place, you have Lucy Sherman-Gongan Dyke, sophomore from Lawrence Free State, 218.62. Your 6th place finish, Delaney Cross, a freshman, Blue Valley North, 215.28. Here's your 5th place finisher, Paige Meredith, junior, Shawnee Mission South, 214.98. We'll see Jamie Fritsch coming into our screen here, junior from Topeka Washburn Rural, 214.31, 4th place. Looking for Mackenzie Neely. There she is, our 3rd place finisher, junior out of Olathe Northwest, 211.02. And your runner-up, Sarah Freshnock, a junior from Shawnee Mission East, 209.96. Your 2012 state champion in the girls 200-yard IM, Gretchen Frick, sophomore from Lawrence, 208.64 was her time. Great swims all around. A lot of smiles there from our girls, even some laughing going on. That means they're loose, means they're having fun, means they're not worried about the day's competition that still lies ahead. That's what we like to see. We don't like to see anybody nervous or stressed out. We just want to go out there and have fun and do the best that you can do. We're going to go on to our championship heat of the 50 free. One more time, your top seed is going to be in lane 4, Courtney Caldwell. Only a freshman out of Free State, but making a name for herself yesterday, setting the state record in the preliminaries at 23.49. So in lane 1, we're going to have Madeline Peters, a sophomore out of Shawnee Mission East. Lane 2 is going to be Abby Lastly, sophomore out of Wichita North. Molly Christensen's here in lane 3, Washburn Rural. She's a senior. Lane 4 is going to be Courtney Caldwell, freshman from Free State, your state record holder. Shauna Esley is going to be in lane 5, junior out of Olathe East. Tiernan Shank's going to be in lane 6, junior, Shawnee Mission East. Ashley Foster's in lane 7. She's going to be a senior from Olathe East. And, of course, rounding out the field, a freshman, Katie Thill, out of Blue Valley Northwest. We're going to see a few of these girls a little bit later in the 100 free as well. So they might be considered sprint specialists. And we'll see a couple of them in the breaststroke and backstroke a little bit later on in the top heat of championships of those events. Clean start from the field. Don't like to see anybody moving on the start, and that was excellent. Lane 1 had a nice jump on the field there. Lane 4, good solid stroke from our freshman. Nice turn right there. Good underwaters, propelling herself forward, really using that hip action to gain that speed. She's picking up speed here within her last 5 yards. 23.70 for our state record holder, Courtney Caldwell. A great swim out there in the 50 free today, followed up by lane 2. Abby Lastly taking second here out of lane 2 in the 50 freestyle. And rounding out the final three, 24-86, lane 5, Shauna Esley. And, of course, we are going to now have a 15-minute break for the athletes to come out and warm up and get ready for that second half of the meet. So that means the meet will resume right about 4 p.m. We will see you then. All right, welcome back here to the State Swimming Championships. Have some updates for you at this point in the meet through Event 5, which would include the diving portion of the 6A. Top 12 teams, Derby, 23 points. Shawnee Mission South, 24 points. Wichita East going to be 10th, 37 points. 9th, Shawnee Mission North, 41 points. Blue Valley Northwest is going to be 8th, 44 points. Lawrence is in 7th with 69. Olathe East, 75 points in 5th. And a tie with Blue Valley North with Blue Valley North with 75 points as well for 5th. Lawrence Free State's going to be in 4th with 90 points. Olathe Northwest, 97. Topeka Washburn Rural is going to have 105 points in 2nd. And Shawnee Mission East is leading right now with 120 points. Pretty tight team competition through the first 5 events. And we completed the diving portion of our meet yesterday. And we have those top 8 divers for you. Top 16 divers in the Class 6A event. 16th place was Haley Pitcairn of Olathe Northwest. 15th was Tate Knudsen, freshman, Blue Valley North. Caitlin Unger was 14th, Topeka Washburn Rural. Caroline Freeman, junior out of Wichita Heights, was 13th. Lindsay Case, 12th, Olathe Northwest. McKenna Alonzo was 11th, Blue Valley Northwest. And 10th was Katie Van Nebel, senior from Manhattan. Brooke Leslie was 9th, junior from Lawrence Free State. And your medalist from yesterday's diving competition, 8th place, was Tessa Matthews, sophomore from Blue Valley North. 324 points. 7th was Martha Wilson out of Derby, 324.40 points. Jen Landman was 6th, junior out of Shawnee Mission North, 337.5. Annie Sonderberg was 5th out of Lawrence Free State. Casey Sternbenz was 4th out of Shawnee Mission East. Sarah Sanders was Shawnee Mission North, was 3rd. Emma Rausch, Blue Valley West, was 2nd. And a freshman, Allison Thomas out of Olathe Northwest, was your state champion with 423.6 points. Consolation final of our 100-yard butterfly here, Event 6. Meet record 55 flat, set in 2006 by Ashton Aubrey. Jillian Schwartz is going to be in lane 1, a freshman out of Olathe Northwest. Madeline Ong is going to be a senior from Wichita East in lane 2. Kate McCurdy, sophomore out of Free State, is going to be in lane 3. Miranda Roan, junior from Lawrence, in lane 4, top seed in this heat. Olivia Tran is going to be in lane 5, a sophomore out of Wichita East. Nice clean start by all of our athletes there. Hasley Hanley is going to be a sophomore out of Washburn Rural in lane 6. Hallie Beck is in lane 7, Shawnee Mission East. And lane 8, Grace Freeman, sophomore from Shawnee Mission Northwest. Again, this is going to be a 100-yard butterfly, so it is a sprint. And you want these athletes to have their head up and then quickly get that head back down, using their hips to propel them forward. Nice tight race between 4, 5, 6 right there with Kate, Miranda, Olivia, Hansley touching at the same time. Looks like lane 4, Miranda Roan right now, pushing a little bit harder with that second kick on her downbeat. Moving her just a little bit further forward. Nice finish right there. We'll watch her head straight back down. She kind of takes 2 breaths and then puts her head down for 1. That's a nice rhythm within that butterfly stroke. Winning this heat in 101.40 was Miranda Roan, a junior from Lawrence, taking 9th place. 10th place, lane 5, Olivia Tran, a sophomore out of Wichita East. And 11th place was going to be lane 3, Kate McCurdy out of Lawrence Free State, a sophomore. We'll move into our awards of our 50-yard freestyle. 16th place, Shayla Panowitz, sophomore, Blue Valley North, 26.53. Mariah Scipio was in 15th, freshman from Manhattan, 26.50. Marjorie Trussell was in 14th, a freshman out of Blue Valley North, 26:48. Chelsea Spratz, senior out of Blue Valley West, was 13th place, 26:27. In 12th, Caroline Kelter, a freshman out of Olathe North, 26:21. Lainey Leak was 11th, senior Shawnee Mission East, 25:91. Anna Elliott, 25:57, sophomore out of Olathe East, took 10th. And Ellie Stafford, 9th place, senior, Blue Valley North, 24:97. Here's your top 8 finishers in the 50-yard freestyle. 8th place, there she is, Katie Thrill, freshman, Blue Valley Northwest, 26:03. Madeline Peters is going to be a sophomore from Shawnee Mission East there in 7th place, walking up to get her medal, 25:61. Ashley Foster was in 6th, senior Olathe East, 25:52. In 5th place, Tiernan Shank, junior, Shawnee Mission East, 25:30. Fourth place is going to be Molly Christensen there, senior from Topeka Washburn Rural, 25:10. Shauna Elsey is going to be in 3rd place, a junior from Olathe East, 24:86. Abby Lastly is going to be in 2nd place here, your runner-up, a sophomore out of Wichita North at 24:85. And, of course, your 2012 state champion in the girls' 50-yard freestyle, your current state record holder, Courtney Caldwell, a freshman out of Lawrence Free State. Congratulations to all of our athletes here in the 50 free. One of those adrenaline events we had talked about earlier, how that can really have an influence on you positively or even negatively if you have too much adrenaline flowing in the body. Can't always get your stroke into a rhythm. Courtney did a nice job with that today, staying long and strong, using her legs to her advantage. Nice job, participants. Looks like they're coming off the stand there. We had our pictures, and of course now we're going to be ready for our championship finals of the 100-yard butterfly. In lane 1, we're going to have a freshman out of Blue Valley North, Delaney Cross. Lane 2 is going to be Taylor Kirtley, junior from Blue Valley Northwest. Amy Civic is going to be in lane 3, junior out of Blue Valley North. Your top seed in this 100 fly, Paige Meredith, a junior from Shawnee Mission South. And in lane 5, Kate Schneider, senior, Shawnee Mission West. Lane 6, Heather Sistola, junior from Lawrence. Jamie Fritsch is in lane 7, junior from Washburn Rural. And, of course, lane 8, Alyssa Newberry, junior from Derby. Let's watch these underwaters. And you can see a couple of the participants have used some towels on the block, trying to gain some extra traction here. Maybe they feel the blocks are a little bit slippery, so they want to put those towels down and allows them to possibly, even if it mentally makes you feel like you're not going to slip, the coach might tell you to do that just so you have more confidence in your start. Nice job on the underwaters there from our participants, using their hips to drive forward. Nice tight streamlines. Nice job out of lane 3 there. You see how she used her underwater just a little bit longer. But it looks like lane 5 right here. Heather Sistola going to maybe take the lead at the 50. 26:81 out. That's a nice out. Let's see what she can finish here. And Heather Sistola and Kate Schneider and Paige Meredith all right there. Tight field throughout this 100 butterfly race. This last turn, see how we react on our underwaters. Nice job. They didn't pop up too quick. They're using those underwaters right here. Make sure we want to finish all the way back by our thigh with those arms. Looks like lane 4 might have it. Paige Meredith bringing it on the last 5 yards. Lane 6 as well, but Paige Meredith comes in first at 58:75 to win your state championship here in the girls 100 butterfly. Shaking hands with lane 5 there, Kate Schneider, who came in third 59-27. And our second place finisher was over there in lane 6, 59-12. Heather Sistola. 100 freestyle now, event 7. Meet record 50.97, set in 2005 by Shara Stafford. Lane 1, Maria Scipio, freshman from Manhattan. Lane 2, Shayla Panowitz, sophomore, Blue Valley North. Lane 3, Krista McKirtrick, senior, Shawnee Mission East. Haley Bridenthal is going to be your top seed in this heat, a sophomore out of Blue Valley Northwest. Lane 5 is going to be Kate Spitz, senior out of Wichita East. Elizabeth Bittaker is in lane 6, a junior out of Shawnee Mission East. Lainey Leak is going to be in lane 7, senior, Shawnee Mission East. And Dinah Vu, junior out of Wichita East, is in lane 8. 100-yard freestyle. Looking for nice clean starts here. We don't see any moving forward or backward as National Federation High School rules state. There can be no movement on the start. So look for that. We want to make sure they explode off that block. Hands being thrown forward, head following, and, of course, legs pushing you as far forward as you can get. Looks like lane 7 right now tends to be a little bit out in front right there. That's Lainey Leak from Shawnee Mission East turning at the wall. That's a good out, 26.92. See if she can bring this home on this second 50. We have a pretty tight bunch field here, all the way from lanes 1 through 7. 8 right there hanging on as well. See what this third turn brings. Looks like lane 6, a little bit out in front. Quite possibly Elizabeth Bittaker maybe bringing it home. Looks like lane 4 is trying to. That's Haley Bridenthal trying to put a little pressure on here in the last 10 yards. It's going to come down to this finish, and it is going to be lane 6, Elizabeth Bittaker, with a time of 56.53. Lane 4 is going to be your second finisher, Haley Bridenthal. Rounding out your top 3 in this heat, going to be lane 2, Shayla Panowitz, a sophomore from Blue Valley North. We'll run into our awards of the girls' 100-yard butterfly. 16th is going to be Haley Beck, senior, Shawnee Mission East, 105.19. Halsey Hanley, sophomore, Topeka Washburn Rural, 104.72. Madeline Ong, senior, Wichita East, 104.28, was 14th. Grace Freeman's going to be in 13th, sophomore from Shawnee Mission Northwest, to 104.11. Jillian Shorts is going to be a freshman from Olathe Northwest, took 12th at 103.83. Kate McCurdy, sophomore from Lawrence Free State, 103.72, is in 11th. Olivia Tran was 10th, a sophomore out of Wichita East, at 102.11. And Miranda Roan, 101.40, was your 9th place finisher out of Lawrence. There's Alyssa Newberry, your 8th place finisher, at 101.62. There's Delaney Cross, your 7th place finisher, a freshman out of Blue Valley North, at 100.74. And Taylor Kirtley here, a junior from Blue Valley Northwest, 100.21. And your 5th place finisher, Jamie Fritsch, 100.14 out of Topeka Washburn Rural. Amy Sevick, going to be a junior from Blue Valley North, is 4th place, 59.50. Third place, Kate Schneider from Shawnee Mission West, 59.27. And your state runner-up is going to be Heather Sistola, a junior from Lawrence, 59.12. And your 2012 state champion in the girls' 100-yard butterfly with a time of 58.75, junior from Shawnee Mission South, Paige Meredith. She's up there giggling, laughing, enjoying this day, only being a junior. Probably already put in her sights, maybe come back and be a defending state champion next year, quite possibly. You can see those flashes again, very spectator-friendly here. Being very close to the stands, able to take pictures. Enjoy this day with their children. Moving on to the final of our 100-yard freestyle. Your top seed, freshman Courtney Caldwell. We've talked about her quite a bit today already. We'll see her in lane 4. In lane 1, we're going to have Lauren Nordell Morris, freshman, Blue Valley Northwest. Katie Vaughn's in lane 2, senior from Olathe Northwest. Tiernan Shank is going to be in lane 3, junior, Shawnee Mission East. There's Courtney Caldwell, freshman from Free State in lane 4. Shauna Elsley, lane 5, junior, Olathe East. Lane 6, Ashley Foster, a senior from Olathe East. Anna Elliott in lane 7, a sophomore from Olathe East. And Audrey Markway rounds out our field, a junior, and that's right, she's from Olathe East. They really put in 4 girls in this championship final. Must be why they're seated first a little bit later in one of these relays, quite possibly. That is a strong showing from Olathe East, putting 4 individuals into the championship final. They're going to boost themselves right up here in the point total after this event. Where we're out right there, you can see Courtney Caldwell first to that wall at the 25, using that push off her wall. So strong through the water right here with their hands. See as she comes forward, it's a nice acceleration underneath the water. See as she pushes off the wall, she's almost on her side. That is creating less resistance than pushing straight off the wall, being in streamline. You get on that side and the water slides right down your body. She's in line, head from spine all the way down to the toes. Couple breaths right there off the wall. You want to make sure that they are nice swim right there. 51-37 from your freshman Courtney Caldwell, improving on her time from yesterday. Double state champion here at this State Kansas High School Championships. Lane 5 is going to be in second place. That's Shauna Elsley, junior from Olathe East. And rounding out the top 3, lane 2, Katie Vaughn, senior from Olathe Northwest. There's Courtney Caldwell getting out of the water, walking away, looking pretty serious right now. She must have another couple relays. My guess would be maybe the 200 free and 400 free relay, seeing that she's a sprint specialist. She's probably going to head down the other end of the pool, warm down a little bit, get ready for that, try to boost her team in those team standings. Event 8, 500-yard freestyle. Consolation final. Lane 1, Samantha Laughlin, junior, Olathe East. Lane 2, Claire Williams, a freshman from Shawnee Mission Northwest. Lane 3, Kate McCurdy, a sophomore from Free State. Kara Brown, a freshman from Olathe East, going to be in lane 4, your top seed in the consolation final. Alex Milhuff, going to be in lane 5, sophomore from Topeka. Lane 6, Annie Ordowski, sophomore, Lawrence. And Morgan Miller is going to be in lane 7, a junior from Free State. And lane 8, Jillian Schwartz, a freshman from Olathe Northwest. So we're going to have a consolation final here. This is 20 laps of the pool. Looks like our top seed is in at 5:30. We have a couple other individuals right next to her. Alex Milhuff at 5:31 and Kate McCurdy at 5:32. So we'll see what kind of strategy plays out here with these swimmers, if someone's going to try to take control from the beginning or if someone's going to maybe use a little bit more pace and a little bit more strategy and try to save a little bit for the end. We'll see if any of these swimmers move over towards the lane line and try to draft off of the other individuals, just like you would in a bicycle race or a car race. they can ride the wave, use a little bit less effort, and then have a little bit more energy at the end. Nice, good start there. Start not quite as important as in a 50 free or 100 free, as you do have a little bit longer to make it up. Really looks like we've been doing a nice job today from a coaching standpoint. You never really know how the girls are going to react on day 2. You know, the coaches want to stress, get into finals, get into championships. On Friday, you get here and swim fast. And then on Saturday, you're in. You kind of got to go consistent or you got to go better is kind of one way that coaches look at it. You want to move up, it's about scoring points at that time. You know, and they go back home on a Friday night, and one doesn't really quite understand just how much mental motion is used at a girls' high school swim meet. You know, at a state championships, there's lots of cheering and yelling, and they're thinking about their events, and a coach has to go back and fill that tank during the night. We talked about this a little bit in the 5A, 1A a little bit earlier. Seems right now a lot of pressure really has not been seen here by any of these swimmers. They've been out swimming fast, consistent or better, dropping time, doing a great job. So got to give it up to the coaches here that are being represented by their athletes in the water. Who knows? Maybe they took them out to dinner last night at a nice restaurant. Maybe they just got them home as soon as they could, be in their own element. Maybe they had a meeting after the meet, and maybe they told them not to talk about swimming. And, you know, there's just different techniques used by coaches, you know, because it's a draining meet at the state championships. You go home, they're not only physically tired, they're mentally tired. So coaches have done a real nice job with that. Coming up here at the 200 yards, looks like we have lane 1 and 2 kind of battling it out a little bit. We have Samantha Laughlin out of Olathe East and Claire Williams out of Shawnee Mission Northwest turning first there at the 200. 2:08.19, a nice 200 time. It's a good out right here. We'll look to see how these swimmers are using their strategy. It looks like in the middle of the pool as well. Over there in lane 4 and 5, Kara Brown and Alex Milhoff swimming a nice race strategically. Looks like lane 4 looks real calm right now. We'll see if they're going to implement a little strategy here at some point, maybe 300 yards or 350, maybe see if she can't turn it up a notch. We'll see what they had planned. Coming through here, looks like lane 2 starting to pull away just a little bit. It's Claire Williams, a freshman from Shawnee Mission Northwest. The freshmen are trying to hear themselves make some noise here at this meet this weekend from all different teams. Moving right through here, this 500. Look at that tempo picking up a little bit here from Miss Claire Williams out of Shawnee Mission Northwest. See how she comes off this wall. You want to make sure you're using your wall right there. We're at the 300 right there at about 3:15. Looking to be about a 105 pace per 100 right now. Lane 5 is right there as well. Alex Milhoff, sophomore out of Topeka. Not sure if these girls are going to run away with this heat or if they're going to let anybody come back in here. Looks like lane 1's trying to come back in right now. Samantha Laughlin, a junior out of Olathe East. Looks like lane 4 trying to pop back in here. Kara Brown, freshman out of Olathe East. See what happens. Coming up here in about 25 yards, we'll have the 400. See right there, we have a counter shaking it sideways, letting that individual know that might be a code from the coach. Some type of sign saying, hey, you're off pace, or use your legs a little bit more, or stretch out. Coaches give those signals through that lap counter sometimes. Still have lane 2 here. Claire Williams of Shawnee Mission Northwest, a freshman, battling out over there in lane 5. Alex Milhoff, a sophomore. 100 yards left now, 75 yards at that turn. Looks like both girls are right there. Looks like maybe Alex might have taken just a little lead there. Looks like lane 1, Samantha Laughlin coming back here in Olathe East junior trying to work her way into it. The bell lap, signaling 50 yards to go. Have a nice race here. It's going to come down to who can grab that water and drag themselves forward without letting it slip. You don't want to just start spinning your hands here because there's only 50 yards left. You're tired. They're doing a good job. Looks like their tempo, their pace is not changing any. Looks like we have some good kicking going on as well. No one's kind of just letting their arms do all the work. They're spreading that out amongst their body evenly. Here they come to the wall, and it is going to be lane 6. Lane 5, Alex Milhuff, 5:27.83. Drop of 4 seconds there from yesterday's swim. Second place in this heat is going to be lane 2. Freshman out of Shawnee Mission Northwest, Claire Williams, with a time of 5:30.89, knocking off 8 seconds from her time yesterday. Rounding out the top 3 in this heat, lane 1 with a 5:32.47. That's Samantha Laughlin, knocking off about 10 seconds off her time. What a heat here in the consolation final. Girls just knocking time off of their previous time for the day before. Great swims. We're going to be going into our results of the 100-yard freestyle. 16th place, Mariah Scipio, a freshman from Manhattan, 58.84. Dinah Vu is a junior out of Wichita East at 58.12, who took 15. Lainey Leak, 14th, Shawnee Mission East, 57.85. Krista McKittrick, senior, Shawnee Mission East, 57.45. Kate Spitz, senior out of Wichita East, was 12th at 57.37. Shayla Panowitz, Blue Valley North, 11th place sophomore, 57.29. Hallie Bredendahl, Blue Valley Northwest, 56.90. And Elizabeth Bittaker, junior, Shawnee Mission East, was 9th at 56.53. There's Audrey Markway, a junior from Olathe East, who's in 8th place at 56.38. The 7th place finisher, Lauren Nordell Morris, a freshman out of Blue Valley Northwest, 56.27. The 6th place finisher going to be Anna Elliott, sophomore out of Olathe East, 55.89. There she is, giving one of her teammates a big hug. Remember, there's going to be 4 Olathe East girls up here. 5th place going to be a senior from Olathe East, Ashley Foster, 55.14. Fourth place, Tiernan Shank, a junior out of Shawnee Mission East at 55.11. The third place finisher is going to be Katie Vaughn, senior, Olathe Northwest, 54.25. Here comes your state runner-up, Shauna Elsey, junior out of Olathe East at 53.88. There she is. She'll make her way up her block, saying hi to a couple of her teammates on the way up. And your state champion in the 100-yard freestyle, 2012, a freshman out of Lawrence, a Free State, Courtney Caldwell, winning her second event of the day, double state champion as a freshman. Tremendous accomplishment there to her. Really must show how hard she works in practice and how much effort and she puts into her form and technique. Great job from our 50 freestyle participants. All right, here we go. Now we have a main event in a sense. We have Haley Molden coming up again in our finals of the 500-yard freestyle. And yes, she is the state record holder here, 4:50.37. She set that yesterday in the preliminaries, crushing the old one by 3 seconds. So let's hope this crowd gets behind her here, see if she can't break her own record today. Emily Minnick's going to be in lane 1, sophomore from Shawnee Mission East. Lane 2 is going to be Molly Rockefeller, senior from Washburn Rural. McKenna Rife's in lane 3, a senior from Olathe Northwest. And of course, like we stated, your top seed is the state record holder, Haley Molden, senior from Washburn Rural. Gretchen Frick's going to be a sophomore from Lawrence in lane 5. Meg Stanley, a junior from Shawnee Mission East in lane 6. Lane 7 is Pillar Dritz, sophomore from Manhattan. And of course, rounding out your field, a junior from Olathe Northwest in lane 8, Maddie Bryant. Let's see what these girls can do in their 500-yard freestyle. Notice the crowd gets silent here as they go to the starting position. Well, a fair start for all the athletes, even in the 500, where the start's not quite as important. Nice form right there from our top seed in lane 4. Head was back on that dive. She was kind of looking straight back into our broadcasting booth here. She was able to explode off that block with her hands forward, head following, getting in the water cleanly. That helps her with her streamline and the resistance. I feel like she's probably going to get after it a little bit today, maybe in this first 200 yards. Maybe see how she's feeling. Look at that dolphin kick, how strong it is underwater on that turn. She picked up maybe a good yard and a half on her competitors already than 50 yards. 26:34 out. See where she ends up in her 100 here. Try to keep her 100 paces for you. Right there in lane 3, Gretchen Frick, a sophomore. McKenna Rife, a senior from Olathe Northwest in lane 3. Right there. Trying to move over on that lane line a little bit. Maybe catch a little drag from our top seed, Haley Molden. Lane 5 is Gretchen Frick, a sophomore out of Lawrence. She's right there as well. It's like lane 1 and 2 right now. Emily Minnick and Molly Rockefeller battling out a little bit. Notice that Washburn has a couple swimmers in this final. Maybe adding to their team points. They're going to be a top seed in a relay a little bit later as well. So definitely a team that's coming here with some thoughts about possibly making the top 5 in the state or something of that nature. They have a goal in mind. They have a leader by Haley Molden right here, a senior, attending KU next year to swim. Here comes the 200 split. Let's see where she's at. She looks calm and cool and collective right now in this race. Notice doesn't really even look like she's working that hard, but her stroke is so efficient underwater. 154.39. So efficient with that kick. Doesn't look like her kick's above water, but she's so strong, propelling her forward in her hands. She is perfectly out in front of her body, about shoulder width apart, up on top of the surface. Right beneath the surface, she starts that drag forward, whereas the majority of swimmers might let their hands slip a little bit down, not grab as much water. Solid athlete here, taking her lead and extending it in the 250 margin of the race. Coming up here in the 300, we'll check her split. A nice race right here in lane 3 and 5. McKenna Rife and Gretchen Frick battling out right now for second place in this heat and overall in the state championships here. 253.27 at the 300. It's a great split right there. You're talking about, roughly 58s per 100. Nice swim so far. Continuing to get stronger by the looks of it. Looks like her tempo's picking up a little bit. Might have been a game plan of her coach. Pick up your tempo a little bit after the 300. Looks like her hands are turning over just a little bit quicker. Still battling it out. McKenna Rife, senior of Olathe Northwest, and Gretchen Frick, a sophomore of Lawrence here. Looks like they're turning right about the same time. Battling out for second and third. Fourth place looks like lane 6, Meg Stanley, a junior of Shawnee Mission East. This is just another dominating performance by Haley Molden, a senior out of Washburn. Just extending her lead to about 20 yards here with 100 yards left? 352 at the 400 mark, so 100 yards left here. So if she can go a 58 again, like she's been roughly holding, put her in about 350 or 450 in that 500, be a great swim again. Knocking that 450 mark 2 days in a row. Here's the bell lap, ladies and gentlemen. Look at her come off that wall. She's coming about 5 yards off before she takes her first stroke, using that underwater, using her momentum from her legs. Her head comes straight back down as she's swimming. She rotates right back into place. Her hips get over quickly on the flip turn. Look at that leg. Look at that kick. Look at that power. Again, it's that same way. It doesn't have to be above the water in a great white wall of water. 450.62. Great swim. Just off her state mark of yesterday of 450.37. Here comes our race for second place. Lane 3. McKenna Rife, a senior out of Latham Northwest, going 5:04.98, dropping a few seconds off of yesterday's, about 5 seconds off of yesterday's. There we go, lane 1 and 2, battling out, coming home for 5th and 6th place finish. Great race, 7 and 8 finishing as well. Lane 5 was in third, 5:06.17. A couple seconds dropped right there for Gretchen Frick, sophomore out of Lawrence as well. Great race right there by our state champion, Haley Molden, out of Topeka Washburn Rural. She leaves the pool there, you can see. Good solid race. She's just going to walk away. Another day at the pool. Going to be a D1 swimmer next year in the Big 12 Conference. She'll have some competition in there. There she goes, getting a big hug. We're going to move on to our 200-yard freestyle relay. One of the most exciting relay events within the high school ranks or swimming ranks at all. Number 1, lane 1, Olathe North. Lane 2, Shawnee Mission Northwest. Lane 3, Shawnee Mission West. Lane 4, Lawrence Free State. Lane 5, Wichita North. Lane 6, Blue Valley West. And lane 7, Shawnee Mission North. And lane 8, Olathe South. So we'll have 4 individuals on each relay team going a 50 free, the shortest event at a high school swimming meet, the 50 free. So imagine how quick it's going to be. We want these girls to pop up and start swimming. We want their arms to come forward. We want their elbows to be up. We want them to drive their shoulders forward. Get off this wall. We want to see maybe 1 breath down, 2 breaths back. We don't want to see a lot of breathing. That ruins your rhythm, throws off your speed. Looks like we've got lane 4 right here, Free State, out to a nice lead after that first swimmer. There's those wind-up starts that we've talked about. How important are those wind-up starts on a 200 free relay? It could be the difference between a first and second place finish within your heat. There's a good turn right there from both athletes coming off the wall. Tight field here. Lanes 4, Free State, and 6, Blue Valley West. I think Blue Valley West might have just a touch of a lead. Right here, we'll see how these relay starts. Nice relay start there in lane 6. And off the wall. Then the rest of the field seems to be bunched up. Lane 3 just made a little bit of a move there on that relay start, propelling themselves a little bit further forward. Don't want to get short and choppy in this race. Don't want to get too excited. It looks like Free State right here going to have a little bit of the lead going into this final leg over Blue Valley West. Then it appears to be Shawnee Mission West, followed by lane 7, Shawnee Mission North. We'll see what happens here in the last 50. Typically, this is when you would send your fastest swimmer in a relay race to bring it home and anchor. Let's see what happens here. It looks like it's going to be lane 4, 1:45.29. That's Lawrence Free State taking 9th place in this 200-yard freestyle relay. 10th place at 1:45.76 is going to be lane 6. That's Blue Valley West. And taking 11th place, Shawnee Mission West, a 1:48.32. Nice swim from all of our girls right here. Looks like they're pretty excited. We have some other girls back there ready for their next race, the championship final. They're getting excited for that race. We have the awards for the 500-yard freestyle. 16th place, Morgan Miller, junior out of Lawrence Free State, 5:41.36. Kate McCurdy took 15th, a sophomore out of Lawrence Free State, 5:38.92. 14th, Jillian Shorts, freshman out of Olathe Northwest, 5:38.23. Kara Brown was 13th, freshman from Olathe East, 5:33.81. Annie Ordowski was 12th, sophomore out of Lawrence, 5:33.79. Samantha Laughlin was a junior out of Olathe East, 5:32.47, was 11th. 10th, Claire Williams, freshman from Shawnee Mission Northwest, 5:29.72. And Alex Milhoff was 9th at 5:27.83, a sophomore out of Topeka. There's Maddie Bryant, your 8th place finisher, a junior out of Olathe Northwest, 5:23.16. 5:23.16. Pillar Dritz walking up there, accepting her 7th place award. Sophomore from Manhattan, 5:21.77. Molly Reckenfeller is going to be in 6th place, a senior from Topeka Washburn Rural, 5:17.14. Emily Meinig, sophomore from Shawnee Mission East, is going to be your 5th place finisher at 5:16.98. Here comes your 4th place finisher, Meg Stanley, a junior from Shawnee Mission East, 5:14.99. Gretchen Frick, 3rd place, sophomore out of Lawrence, 5:06.17. And your state runner-up in the 500-yard freestyle, McKenna Reif, senior from Olathe Northwest, 5:04.98. And, of course, your state record holder and your 2012 state champion in the 500-yard freestyle, Haley Molden, senior from Topeka Washburn Rural, in a time of 4:50.62. What a campaign she's having the past 2 days, breaking 2 state records, 3 state championships right now, 2 individual, 1 relay event. How amazing would that feel? It's fantastic. What a performance out of her. She's going to have to be a serious contender for athlete of the meet here at the state championships. There's some Washburn Rural girls. You can see they put 2 individuals into the finals. Seeing some consistent names with Washburn Rural and Shawnee Mission East and Olathe East consistently showing up in the finals of this 2012 state championship. Here we go. Championship final of the 200-yard freestyle relay. In lane 1, Washburn Rural. So Topeka Washburn Rural is going to be in lane 1 here. Lane 2 is going to be Olathe Northwest. Lane 3 is going to be Blue Valley North. There's lane 4, Shawnee Mission East. There's lane 5, Olathe East. 6, Blue Valley Northwest. Lane 7 is going to be Manhattan. And lane 8 is going to be Wichita East. It's going to be a quick race here. 140.24 is our top seed. 141 and 142 just following that top seed, Shawnee Mission East, in lane 4. As you get in on day 2, these races become just a little bit more competitive. We'll see what happens here in this 200-yard freestyle race. Such a nerve-wracking event, the 50 free, where your start, turn, everything needs to be perfect in order to have a great swim. It's one of those races where the slightest little touch-ups could hamper your entire swim. Such a short distance, 50 yards down and back. It's like we're taking another little tiny delay right here, just as we have earlier with some swimmers who swam the 500 and are on a 200-yard freestyle relay team. So we'll just let them have a short break, catch their breath. That way they're not coming straight out of a 500 final and into a 200 freestyle final. We want to have them be able to rest up and catch their breath and stretch out and get some of that lactate acid out of their muscles. Looks like the crowd's starting to get into it a little bit. See some maybe Shawnee Mission East parents up there maybe doing a little cheer, get their girls psyched up. So we're getting ready now. The meet announcer's making his announcement. So I'll read through the lane assignments one more time. Lane 1 is going to be Washburn Rural. Lane 2, Olathe Northwest. Lane 3, Blue Valley North. 4 is going to be Shawnee Mission East. 5 is going to be Olathe East. 6, Blue Valley Northwest. 7 is going to be Manhattan. And 8 is going to be Wichita East. See what we have going on here. The 200-yard freestyle relay. First leg going to be ever so important to try to get your team out in that clear water. You want some smooth swimming, as this race with the arm turnover and legs, that pool can get very wavy very quickly and kind of bounce you around, knock off your form very quickly. Looks like we have lane 5 out to an early lead right here. Got to be Olathe East. They put 4 swimmers in the 100 free a little bit earlier, so definitely a contender here as they are sprint loaded. Right here, nice turnover from Shawnee Mission East right there in lane 4. Turning about simultaneously. Nice lane 2 as well right there, Olathe Northwest. Lane 6, Blue Valley Northwest right there. This will be a contested heat by maybe hundredths of a second quite possibly here. 2 lengths left, 2 legs left in this relay. Here goes your third swimmer. And again, we have Olathe Northwest, Blue Valley North in 3, Shawnee Mission East in 4, Olathe East in 5, and Blue Valley Northwest in 6. They're all right there, neck and neck. Looks like Shawnee Mission East just had a nice little swim right there in their 4th leg. These relay starts, good, safe relay starts from these girls. Make sure you pull out, kind of break out a little bit later in your stroke. You don't want to break out too early, then you're swimming underwater. And as a 50 freestyle, that tends to hurt. Slows you down. Here they come. Look at lane 3 driving through. This is a great race right here, right at the end. It's going to come down to the touch, and sure enough, it is Shawnee Mission East going 140.70. 140.71. Right there. Talked with Coach Cole a little bit earlier today when he was walking into the building. Gave his girls some great props, saying that they were ready to get out there and swim, but as any coach would say, you don't know until they swim. And sure enough, they brought home the gold medal for him right there. Must be a happy coach on the sideline, Coach Cole, and his Shawnee Mission East 200-yard freestyle relay. Second place going to be lane 5, Olathe East. And rounding out the top 3, lane 6, 142.06, Blue Valley Northwest. We'll have those results for you here after the consolation finals of the 100-yard backstroke. State record, 55.63, set in 2009 by Bailey Beans. It's like we have some girls running over there to congratulate their teammates. So the 100-yard backstroke looks like right here. We're going to see some more freshmen here in this consolation final. So kind of might have a inquiry into the last heat of that championship heat here. Let me see if I can get some information on that. Looks like there's some officials discussing some items here. See if I can keep you posted. Nope, no inquiries here in the second heat, so clean sheet there by all officials. Must be dual confirmation in a relay of a false start. Officials would be assigned lanes, and then they have to mark it on a sheet if they witness a false start in a leg, first leg, second, third, or fourth, and then they compare those sheets at the end of a race. And if two officials would have the same lane and same leg marked down, then that relay would be disqualified. But that was a clean sheet there. No disqualifications in Heat 2 of the championship final of the 200 free relay. Looks like the girls are getting ready for that 100 back. See some of them kind of shaking out their arms, getting ready, staying loose. Maybe this is a little delay again for maybe someone who swam in a 200 freestyle relay. I haven't gotten word of that, but maybe they swam the 200 free relay, so now they're giving a little bit more of a break to these individuals so they can go out there and swim the best of their ability. So again, the meet record is going to be 55.63, set in 2009. See if I can't get some team scores updated here for you momentarily. So we'll see if I can't get that. See if I can't get some scores updated for you. See if I can't get them printed out here from the booth next to me. Looks like there's a little issue that they're working out, so that's why there might be a delay. I'm not sure what that issue is. There goes the whistle. Event 10, 100-yard backstroke. 55.63 state record. Bailey Beans. Lane 1 is going to be Elena Bolschultz, sophomore from Manhattan. Abby Johnstone is going to be in lane 2, a freshman from Olathe East. Sophie Palks in lane 3, a freshman from Shawnee Mission East. Eliza Anderson is going to be in lane 4, your top seed in this consolation final, a freshman from Free State. So another freshman there from Free State. What a freshman duo they have. Sam Stewart in lane 5, senior from Olathe Northwest. Olivia Myers, freshman from Shawnee Mission East. 7 is going to be Riley Hunter, junior from Shawnee Mission East. And Lily Stadler is going to be a senior from Shawnee Mission East in lane 8. So again, you can see 4 girls again from a team, Shawnee Mission East here in the consolation final of the 100 backstroke. So we'll see as they come here. Look at that head positioning as they pop off. You see those hands throw back. What they're trying to do is arch their back and kick their legs out of the water, which provides them with the momentum and streamline underneath the water. As they turn, they do get one freestyle pole, and it must be one continuous motion. Right here we have a nice tempo out of lane 3. Sophie Palk, a freshman out of Shawnee Mission East. Might want to see her stay underwater just a little bit longer and use that underwater. Less resistance than pushing off on top, but let's see if she can bring it home here. Looks like lane 4. Eliza Anderson, a freshman from Free State, is going to try to challenge here on the last 25 yards. Lane 8 out there. Lily Stadler, a senior from Shawnee Mission East, looks like she's right in the thick of things here as well. Here comes lane 2. Abby Johnstone, a freshman from Olathe East, but it's going to be lane 4, 102.50. That's going to be Eliza Anderson, a freshman from Free State, taking 9th place at the state championships here. And, of course, second place is going to be 103.50, lane 3. Sophie Palk, your freshman from Shawnee Mission East. And rounding out the top 3, lane 2, Abby Johnston, another freshman from Olathe East. So 3 freshmen here going 9, 10, and 11 at the state championships in the 100-yard backstroke. Like we already stated, that is some freshman duo over there in the old Lawrence Free State swim team. Looks like in the B final, the consolation final of the 200 free relay, there was a disqualification. That'd be Lawrence Free State. So 15th was Shawnee Mission Northwest, 14th Olathe North, 13th with Wichita North, 12th was Olathe South, 11th Shawnee Mission North, 10th Shawnee Mission West, 9th Blue Valley West. We just saw Wichita East, the 8th place team there, 146.17. There's Manhattan in 7th place at 144.89. Here comes a 6th place team, Topeka Washburn Rural at 143.99. Fifth place going to be Blue Valley North, 142.15. There's that Washburn Rural team right there, smiling on the blocks. They know they're setting themselves up pretty here for maybe some type of great team finish, helping their squad out with a 6th place finish in that relay. 26 points awarded to that team for that. There's our 5th place team of Blue Valley North. Looks like there's 3 of them there. That 4th individual must be in maybe the finals of the 100 back or possibly the 100 breast, so opted not to come over to receive that award. 4th place going to be Blue Valley Northwest, 142.06.
In 3rd place, Olathe Northwest.
Here comes your 3rd place team, Olathe Northwest, 142.01. Olathe East is going to be your state runner-up in the 200 freestyle relay, 140.89. And your 2012 state championship relay team in the 200-yard freestyle relay, Shawnee Mission East. That's going to be Leak, Peters, Bittaker, and Shank. 140.71 was their total time for that 200-yard freestyle relay. Excellent job by all of our relays right there. They're going to go ahead and take their pictures and enjoy their state championship right there, Shawnee Mission East, and the rest of the girls are having fun with it. So we're going to be moving on to the championship final here of the 100-yard backstroke. Lane 1 is going to be Miranda Roan, a junior from Lawrence. Taylor Kirtley is going to be in lane 2, a junior from Blue Valley Northwest. Mackenzie Neely's in lane 3, a junior from Olathe Northwest. Abby Lastly is going to be in lane 4, a sophomore from Wichita North. So that's your top seed in this heat. Kate Schneider is going to be in lane 5, a senior from Shawnee Mission West. Sirmagongan Dyke and Lucy, a sophomore from Free State, is going to be in lane 6. Meredith Ricks is in lane 7, junior from Topeka. And Amy Civic is going to be in lane 8, a junior from Blue Valley North. So it looks like we have a senior in lane 5. And then we're sophomore and junior loaded the rest of the way through this field. see what happens here in this 100 backstroke final. You could see the difference in the head positioning right there, but nice starts out of these girls. Look at lane 2, nice and deep, using that butterfly kick. Looks like lane 5 there actually popped up just a little bit further than the rest of the field. Nice, strong underwater kicks. State record again, 55.63, 2009 by Bailey Beans. Looks like lane 4 and 5 right here. Abby Lastly and Kate Schneider are going to battle it out, turning almost identically at the 50 marker. And then lanes 1, 2, and 3, 6, 7, and 8 bunched together here in this 100 backstroke final. It's going to come down to this last turn. See who can whip those legs around the quickest, get a nice dolphin kick off that wall, break out cleanly, have the least amount of resistance coming home. Keep those hips high. Head steady, arms turn. Here comes lane 3 out of nowhere, blazing on the last lap. Oh my gosh, and it's going to be lane 4 at 59.22, followed by lane 5 at 59.48, and lane 3, 59.78. So you're going to have a state champion of Abby Lastly, a sophomore out of Wichita North, going 59.22, followed by lane 5, which was Kate Snyder. And then rounding out the top 3, lane 3, Mackenzie Neely. Wow. That's a nice, happy young lady right there. Abby Easley, a sophomore from Wichita North. Bringing it home. That was quite the finish there. That was quite the finish of those 100-yard backstroke right there. Must be the 100-yard breaststroke consolation final. Meet record, Nikki Daniels, 2009, 102.29. Annie Mann is going to be in lane 1, a sophomore from Shawnee Mission East. Brianne Grudick in lane 2, junior from Olathe East. Hallie Beck, a senior from Shawnee Mission East, will be in lane 3. Courtney Clemma is going to be in lane 4, junior, Shawnee Mission West. Ellie Stafford is going to be in lane 5, a senior from Blue Valley North. Caroline Bush is going to be a senior in lane 6 from Shawnee Mission South. Ashley Murrell in lane 7, a sophomore from Shawnee Mission East. And Nicole Danzy, a junior from Blue Valley Northwest. So this is going to be event 11. I have team scores through event 9. We'll do the top 12. Shawnee Mission South, 44 points is 12. Shawnee Mission North, 53 points is 11. Manhattan's going to be 10 with 57. Wichita East is going to be 9 with 76. Blue Valley Northwest is going to be 8 with 106. Lawrence is going to be 7 with 116. Lawrence Free State is going to be 119. They're going to be in 6th. 5th is going to be Blue Valley North with 136. 174 is going to be Olathe East. They're going to be in 4th. Topeka Washburn Rural is going to be in 3rd with 180. Olathe Northwest is going to be in 2nd with 181. And 221, Shawnee Mission East, leading your state championship through event 9. So that would be after the 200 freestyle relay. Here we are in the 100 breaststroke. Nice turn right there. You don't want to turn your body on the turn. You want to twist your hips to the wall. Right here in this third 25, we'll see if we see any swimmers getting a little bit short out front. We want to see them use their glide. Teach the little ones to kick and glide. That's a fundamental of this stroke. And at this level, you still want to be using that glide. That's that propulsion from your kick. Looks like lane 4 right here. Courtney Clemma. But lane 1 closing fast. Same with lane 5. We're going to see what happens here on the finish. Great reach for the wall. Courtney Clemma, a junior from Shawnee Mission West, winning the consolation final of the 100-yard breaststroke, followed by lane 5, Ellie Stafford, senior out of Blue Valley North, and rounding out your top 3 there, over to lane 1, Shawnee Mission East sophomore Annie Mann, moving up from a 15th seed to a 11th place finish. Great for her team and her team scores. Top 16 finishers in the 100-yard backstroke. Alana Bolch is in 16th place, sophomore from Manhattan, with 105.10. Olivia Myers, a freshman from Shawnee Mission East, went 104.59. Riley Hunter's in 14th, junior Shawnee Mission East, 104.40. Sam Stewart's in 13th, senior Olathe North, 104.20. Lily Stadler's in 12th, senior Shawnee Mission East, 104.10. Abby Johnston was 11th, freshman Olathe East, 103.90. Sophie Polk, a freshman, Shawnee Mission East, 103.50. Anderson and Eliza Anderson was 9th, freshman from Lawrence Free State, 102.53. Now we're going to have your medalist in the 100-yard backstroke. 8th place is going to be Amy Civic, junior, Blue Valley North, 102.95. Your 7th place finisher, Meredith Ricks, a junior from Topeka, 100.95. We're waiting for some of these swimmers to still make their way to the awards block. There they go. I see them walking over there. There they are. 6th place going to be Miranda Roan, a junior from Lawrence, 100.71. 5th place, Taylor Kirtley, junior from Blue Valley Northwest, 100.36. In 4th place, Lucy Serhongan Dyke, sophomore from Lawrence Free State, 100.22. Our 3rd place finisher is going to be Mackenzie Neely, a junior out of Olathe Northwest, 59.78. And your state runner-up, Kate Schneider, senior, Shawnee Mission West, 59.48. And your 100-yard backstroke state champion, 2012, sophomore out of Wichita North with a time of 59.22, Abby Lastly. Just as excited as can be there. Look at that smile. Happy as can be. Great job for a sophomore there out of Wichita North. Now our final of the 100-yard breaststroke. We're going to have a senior loaded heat here. 6 seniors and only 2 juniors. So the upper class here may be showing a little experience of handling this pressure at a state meet. In lane 1, though, we're going to have Sarah Freshnock. That's your junior from Shawnee Mission East. Lane 2 is going to be Elise Valdez, junior from Washburn Rural. Kathleen Fee is going to be in lane 3, a senior from Hutchinson. Grace Stafford, senior from Blue Valley North, is your top seed in today's championship final. Molly Christensen, a senior from Washburn Rural, is going to be in lane 5. Emily Chesser is going to be in lane 6, a senior from Wichita Southeast. Katie Spitz, a senior from Wichita East, is in lane 7. And really finishing our field in lane 8, Chelsea Spratz, a senior from Blue Valley West. So looking back here, you can see we have a couple swimmers from Washburn Rural. We have a swimmer from Shawnee Mission East. Those are 2 of your top 3 teams in the overall team standing here through event 9. So they're kind of setting themselves up for quite possibly top 3 finish here in the state of Kansas. And right now, after event 9, there was a 1-point separation between second and third. Oh, there's our officials having a little meeting here. We'll have to see if we can get word on what that might be about. Not sure what happened or what they are talking about, as if there would have been a disqualification in the breaststroke heat, they probably would have already had dealt with that issue before they gave out the awards for that 100-yard backstroke. You don't really put those things off towards the end of a relay race or towards the end of a medal ceremony. So we'll see what can happen here and what's going to happen. We'll see if they can keep us posted. Some athletes from Blue Valley North here outside my window trying to make me laugh right now. 400 free relay back here, getting ready and getting excited. Whatever it takes to get them pumped up. Hope they swim fast in that last event of the day. A little bit of pride involved in that 400 free relay, and we'll talk about that here momentarily. But first, we have a little delay here. See some girls out there standing behind their block with their goggles on, shaking their arms, shaking their heads. Not really sure what the delay is about. You can tell this is one that they weren't ready for. Some of them seem to be handling a little bit better than others. A couple of them are standing there talking to each other, maybe enjoying the day, and that would be what you need to do. As a coach, I'd want to make some coach contact here, make sure my athlete knows to relax and calm down and just settle. There's nothing you can do about it. This is uncontrollable from a swimmer, from an athlete standpoint. I'd come over here, maybe just let them know, hey, sit down, relax. Just talk to them, try to get their mind off the swim. You never know how this is going to affect someone that is waiting to swim when you have a delay like this. Some people it doesn't bother. Others, they start to think about their event that's in their head or think about what they have to do. And at this point in time in the game, a little bit late to be thinking about your stroke and your technique. You kind of just got to go out there and race. Just kind of got to go out there and swim. We'll see here. Looks like those officials are going back to their positions on the side of the pool and behind the blocks for the breaststroke. They're going to step up right after the start, and they will watch those underwater pullouts. Here we go. There's the whistle. So the championship final. One more time, the lane assignments. Sarah Freshnock in lane 1, a junior from Shawnee Mission East. Elise Valdez, a junior from Washburn Rural. In lane 3, Kathleen Fee, a senior from Hutchinson. Grace Stafford's going to be in lane 4, your top seed, a senior from Blue Valley North. Molly Christensen's in lane 5, a senior out of Washburn Rural. Lane 6 is going to be Emily Chesser, a senior out of Wichita Southeast. Kate Spitz is in lane 7, a senior out of Wichita East. Chelsea Spratz is going to be in lane 8, a senior out of Blue Valley West. So this is your championship heat of the 100-yard breaststroke. Still no word on that delay that we just had. We'll try to keep you posted, see if any word comes in from a meet referee or a meet official. There's a nice clean start from our swimmers. Good underwater pullouts. Turns are ever so important in the breaststroke event. Want to make sure to twist those hips to the wall quickly. Use your dolphin kick on the way out. Don't want to get short and choppy on this race. You want to make sure that you're staying long, pushing your hands forward. Right now, a tight field. Lanes 2 through 7 just about. Almost the whole field turning together right there. It's going to be huge on the turns. Who can use their underwater pullouts? Repel them just a little bit further. Looks like lane 5, Molly Christensen, a senior out of Washburn Rural right now, might just have a little edge over lane 4 and lane 6. Just a teeny tiny edge, though. And here comes lane 3, Kathleen Fee. We have Grace Stafford, your number 1 seed, making a charge here in the last 10 yards. Lane 7's right there as well. It's going to be a finish. Oh, who had the finish? It's going to be a great finish out of Grace Stafford from Blue Valley. 108.03, reaching to the wall rather than taking that extra stroke at the end. That is how you teach them as a coach. You do not want them to take that extra stroke. She leaned into that, threw her legs back with that whip kick. 108.03 is first place. 108.04 was second place in lane 6, Emily Chesser. And get this, our third place is going to be 108.06 in lane 5. So a whole 3 individuals separated by 3/100ths of a second there in our championship final of that 100 breaststroke. It came down to that finish. What an amazing race that was by our athletes. Wow. You can see that the individuals are extremely happy there with that race. That was a crazy finish between those 3 lanes. Emily Chesser, Molly Christensen, and of course your state champion, senior Grace Stafford out of Blue Valley North. Wow. That'll get her relay pumped up, who's in the next heat in lane 4, to get out there and see if they can't win this consolation heat. That doesn't excite them, seeing their teammate pull out a 1/100th of a second victory in the consolation in the championship final for a state championship. Coach walked by just a second ago, kind of gave him a thumbs up and said, go to it. Lane 1 is going to be Olathe South. Lane 2 is going to be Blue Valley West. Lane 3 is going to be Wichita North. Lane 4, there's that Blue Valley North squad. Lane 5, Shawnee Mission West. Lane 6, Wichita East. Lane 7, Shawnee Mission Northwest. And in lane 8, Shawnee Mission North. So we have a 400-yard freestyle relay right here, where all 4 of our legs will go 100 yards of the sprint freestyle. So again, a rather quick race here. Should probably be somewhere between 3:50 to 4 minutes in this heat for these individuals to finish it. So as we go out here, nice start by lane 5. You want to get out early. We've talked several times tonight about getting out early and having that clean water for your relay. Looks like lane 2 is going to be out there as well. So 2 and 5, Blue Valley West and Shawnee Mission West, kind of trying to extend their lead here for their teammates. See what they have coming home on their turns here, this first 100, this first participant of a relay. When I coached high school, I used to try to talk to my athletes right from the beginning of the season about how that leadoff individual has a job. Their job is to get the relay out into clean water. It looks like it's going to be lane 2 at 56.84. A nice leadoff there for Blue Valley West. Continuing with that strong leadoff, the second leg of Blue Valley West. High tempo turnover right here. Comes Blue Valley North in lane 4, catching up with lane 5. Lane 6 is right there involved in this race. Wichita East as well. Again, this is a 100. We want to watch these girls and maybe see if they're not breathing very often, because that breathing, when you start turning your head off to the side, starts acting like a snowplow effect, and you push the water rather than let that water run down your spine aerodynamically. Looks like lane 2 is still going to be out ahead here. Blue Valley West, but then we have Blue Valley North, Shawnee Mission West, and Wichita East all touching right together there after the second leg. So 50% done with this relay. Good turnover and high tempo here with these girls. As they get in, it's very important that these girls, if they're a little bit behind, that they don't try to overdo it and maybe swim too fast in that first 50 yards and maybe use too much energy, or try to catch up too quick and just start spinning your arms. We've talked about that in our races as well. Just because you spin your arms faster does not mean that you will be swimming quicker. Looks like lane 4 and lane 2 there and lane 6 kind of turn together. Lane 6 might even have a little bit of a lead here. Wichita East on their third leg. Blue Valley North's right there. And Blue Valley West will be right there. It's going to come down to the final swimmers here. Don't leave out lane 5, Shawnee Mission West, or lane 3, Wichita North right there getting involved in the action in the middle of the pool. Here they come. This is that point we just talked about. Don't want these girls to start thinking they have to catch up in the first 50. It's 100 yards. You go out there and swim your race. Wichita East over there in lane 6 is looking pretty strong. Here comes Blue Valley North, lane 4. Your top seed in this consolation final. Looks like lane 2, Blue Valley West, and lane 3, Wichita North are battling out here for maybe a third place position. Lane 5, Shawnee Mission West right there. Looks like it's going to be in our last 5 yards. Wichita East taking the consolation finals at 350.80. Followed by Blue Valley North at 351.60. And rounding out the top 3 in this heat, lane 3, 353.29. That's Wichita North. So your 9th, 10th, and 11th place teams. Nice swim right there from Wichita East out of lane 6. Dropping a few more seconds from yesterday's preliminary time of 3:53. Here comes our 100-yard breaststroke. In 16th place, Nicole Denisi Jr., Blue Valley Northwest, 1:14.07. Ashley Morrell is going to be in 15th. Shawnee Mission East, sophomore, 1:13.89. Hallie Beck is going to be 14th. Senior, Shawnee Mission East, 1:13.47. Brianne Grudick is going to be 13th, a junior out of Olathe East, 1:13.36. Caroline Bush, 12th, Shawnee Mission South, a senior, 1:12.80. Annie Mann was 11th, sophomore out of Shawnee Mission East, 1:12.46. Ellie Stafford's 10th. Blue Valley North, 1:12.16, a senior. And Courtney Clemma, 9th place, junior from Shawnee Mission West, 1:11.80. There's Sarah Freshnock, junior from Shawnee Mission East, receiving her 8th place medal at a 1:10.57. 7th place going to be Chelsea Spratz, a senior from Blue Valley West, at 1:10.03. And in 6th place, you have Kate Spitz, senior from Wichita East, 1:09.80. In 5th place, Elise Valdez, a junior from Topeka, Washburn Rural, 1:09.64. Your 4th place finisher, Kathleen Fee, a senior from Hutchinson, 1:08.63. Here comes Molly Christensen, your 3rd place finisher from Topeka Washburn Rural, a senior, 1:08.06. So again, Topeka Washburn put it in 2 finalists in this 100 breaststroke, and they're going to be your top seed in the next event as well, the 400 free. Emily Chesser, your 2nd place finisher, senior, Wichita Southeast, 1:08.04. And your 2012 state champion, 100-yard breaststroke, senior from Blue Valley North, time of 1:08.03. There she is, Grace Stafford. So winning that event by 1/100th over the 2nd place finisher and 3/100th over the 3rd place finisher. What a great finish that was. Big smile on her face. Senior. Had that big delay right beforehand. Looks like she handled that pressure just fine. We'll be heading into our championship final of the 400 free relay. 3:31.39 is your state record, set in 2010 by Washburn Rural. So state record 3:31.39 in 2010, set by Washburn Rural. Here's your contenders. Lane 1 is going to be Blue Valley Northwest. Lane 2 is going to be Lawrence. Lane 3 is going to be Free State. Lane 4 is going to be Washburn Rural, your top seed in this heat. Lane 5, Shawnee Mission East. Lane 6, Olathe Northwest. Lane 7, Olathe East. And Lane 8, Manhattan. Here's your final event at the State High School Championships for the 6A. Nice clean starts. Nice clean starts by our field here. Again, very close field. Top seed 338, second seed 339, and a third seed at 341. Looks like we have lane 7 out there getting out after a little bit. Olathe East. Looks like the field's going to come through and turn pretty tight, though, after lane 7. Nice job by our athletes here leading off their team. This is that pride of the 400 freestyle relay. This is your last event of the 2012 girls high school season here in Kansas. So you want to finish on a high note. You want your team to come off strong and finish in a way that you can be proud and you can say next year really sets your tone for the way it's going to be next year. Lane 7 there at 54-23. Nice leadoff for Olathe East. Here we go with the second leg now. Some of these individuals, you might see some slower relay starts from some of these girls this time because quite possibly some of those coaches have figured out some of these scores. And what you have is maybe they feel that they need to do a safe start in order to guarantee themselves points for this race rather than taking a chance of getting disqualified and maybe losing an overall team placing. Nice strong second leg here. Still have lane 7, Olathe East, by the looks of it being out there, which really shouldn't be a surprise to us because they had 4 girls in the top 8 of the 400 freestyle individual event, if we remember. Now, I don't know if all girls are on that relay, but it wouldn't shock me to see them contend for this. Right there in lane 5 now. Looks like Shawnee Mission East getting after it here in the first 25. Pounding through the water. Washburn Rural right there. Falling just a little bit behind. Here we go. Third swimmer. Second 50. This is where we try to separate the bunch. Looks like it's still Shawnee Mission East and then Olathe East and then Washburn Rural and Olathe Northwest right there together. It's going to come down to the final swimmer here, ladies and gentlemen, the fourth leg of this relay. The crowd is absolutely going nuts. This is where a relay start could really help you propel yourself forward. I can't help but wonder if that's Miss Holden anchoring that 400 free relay for Washburn. And if she is, I would look outfield. She has had a meet today. Look at that, already caught up within the first 50 yards. Just reeling in the field, passing the field, and now extending her lead on the field. What a great athlete she is. Here comes Shawnee Mission East, though, trying to maybe fight for a second place finish here in this relay. Olathe Northwest and Olathe East right there as well. And looks like you're going to have Washburn Rural bringing it home here. They're going to go 3:35.73 to be your state champions in the 400 freestyle relay, followed by lane 5, Shawnee Mission East, 3:37. And rounding out your top 3 here, 3:38.98, was lane 6, Olathe, Northwest, and that's really going to help the team scores right there for that squad from Topeka Washburn Rural. It's probably going to really elevate them in the team scores. We'll have these awards for you shortly in the 400-yard freestyle relay, and we'll have some team awards for you as they come out. Looks like Washburn there, pretty happy. I'm sure they had figured out they've been keeping score as the coach has been keeping score on the sideline there, and I'm sure they knew what they had to do to possibly solidify a team finish. So we have some awards that they are giving out for the Coach of the Year and Athlete of the Year. And we have Kent McDonald. It's going to be your Coach of the Year from Lawrence High School. This is voted on by the Kansas Swim Coaches Association. And, of course, your Athlete of the Meet. Your Athlete of the Meet I have to hold off on for just 1 second. They haven't made that announcement here at the complex. It's Mr. David Cherry on film right now, and ran a great meet for the Kansas High School Athletic Association. Give a big thank you to the Kansas High School Athletic Association as they treated us very well here. A lot of parents from Topeka Swim Academy inside our press room feeding me results. Big thank you to them as well. Here's our 400 free relay results. We did, unfortunately, have a disqualification in the consolation final. Blue Valley North was disqualified in the consolation final. Olathe South is going to be 15th, 4:11:02. Shawnee Mission North, 14th, 4:05:36. Shawnee Mission Northwest, 13th at 3:59:81. Blue Valley West is 12th at 3:54:62. Shawnee Mission West was 11th with 3:54:38. Wichita North, 3:53:29 was 10th. And Wichita East, 3:50:80 was your 9th place squad. And your medal winners for this year's 400 freestyle relay. Waiting for a coach to come up and get the medals, and then we're going to, looks like 8th place is going to be Manhattan, 3:53:29. Seventh place, Blue Valley Northwest with a time of 3:45:62. Not quite sure where some of these athletes are. They must be maybe over celebrating their year, their accomplishments, their great weekend. We have the 8th place team there with Manhattan. Oh, maybe here comes the 7th place team for us, maybe. Blue Valley Northwest. Nope, that looks like the 6th place team of Lawrence right there. 3:40:98. In 5th place, Olathe East with a time of 3:39:40. Looks like our Topeka Washburn Rural coach has been busy today handing out some hardware to these athletes. 4th place going to be Lawrence Free State, 3:39:25. course, they were anchored by Courtney Caldwell, the spectacular freshman, double state champion this weekend, bringing them from behind for that fourth-place finish here. In third place, Olathe Northwest, 3:38.93. Your state runner-up, 2012 400-yard freestyle relay, Shawnee Mission East, 3:37.95. I don't have the scores in front of me, but if I had to guess, that would solidify them as state champions. And your victors, state champions, 400-yard freestyle relay, 2012, Topeka Washburn Rural, Fritch, Rockefeller, Christensen, and of course, Molden anchoring it there, 3:35.70. 49.7 on the split for Haley Molden. Tremendous split there. 49.5 from Courtney Caldwell. Freshman from Lawrence Free State as well. Those are huge splits coming home in the 400 free relay. See if we can't update you on the, looks like we'll have the all-state teams coming our way here momentarily. That was the culmination there of a season, long, hard season of work and getting up early for morning practices and weights, and it really makes it worth it. Great competition today. Fantastic sportsmanship. Trying to look out here and see if I can see any teams out here that look like they might be waiting to receive some awards. The pool announcer is announcing the first team and second team state swimmers for the 2012 Kansas High School State meet here. As soon as he is done, he'll hand me that list, and I will read it off to the individuals listening at home or on their phone or at work, wherever you might be. It's Coach Cole coming into the old broadcast booth back here now, looking like a coach would, not smiling yet, not really showing any emotion yet, but I think we'll probably see some of that emotion come out here in a little bit once they announce these final team scores. Starting to move the hardware out. The old press box here, taking it out on the pool deck, getting ready to award 3 nice-sized trophies to our top 3 teams. This year's 2012 Kansas State Championships. There they are, walking it out. Hope they don't drop those. Look pretty heavy. See what they're going to move to next. There they are. Still a nice sized crowd in the stands there, sticking around to see these awards for these all states and these team awards. Great job by all of our officials this weekend at the high school state championships from Indiana. Those are volunteers coming in to spend their 3 days here judging diving, officiating some swimming, preliminaries, and finals. Appreciate them coming down, giving their time, benefit the athletes. Here we go. Probably have some All-State. Looks like we have a very large second team All-State. Looks like we have Alex Milhuff from Topeka, a sophomore. Maddie Bryant, a junior from Olathe Northwest. Sarah Sanders, junior from Shawnee Mission North. Ellie Stafford, a senior from Blue Valley North. Chelsea Spratz, Blue Valley West, senior. Audrey Markway, junior, Olathe East. Emily Chesser, Wichita Southeast, senior. Meredith Ricks, a junior from Topeka. Kate Spitz, senior, Wichita East. Eliza Anderson, freshman, Lawrence Free State. Anna Elliott, sophomore, Olathe East. Miranda Roan, junior, Lawrence. Melissa Newberry, junior, Derby. Pillar Dritz, sophomore, Manhattan. Kathleen Fee, senior, Hutchinson. Molly Rockefeller, senior, Topeka Washburn Rural. Delaney Cross, Oak Park, Blue Valley North. Overland Park, Blue Valley North. Amy Simic, Blue Valley North, junior. Emily Minnick, Shawnee Mission East. Taylor Kirtley, Blue Valley Northwest. Ashley Foster, Olathe East. Lucy Shimingongan Dyke, sophomore, Lawrence Free State. Sarah Freshnack, Shawnee Mission East. Terrain Shank, Shawnee Mission East. Meg Stanley, Shawnee Mission East. And Jamie Fritsch, Topeka Washburn Rural. They're going to start announcing some team scores here, so we're going to go off and we're going to give you those as well. But of course, the athlete of the meet was Haley Holden from Topeka Washburn Rural, and that should not be a surprise to anybody as she racked up 4 gold medals today and 2 state records. Looks like Wichita Heights was in 23rd with 6 points. Olathe South, 22nd, 14 points. Olathe North, 20th with 17 points. Wichita Southeast also finished 20th in a tie with Olathe South, 17 points. Sorry, that's Wichita Southeast was 20th at 17 points. Hutchinson was 19th, 24 points. Shawnee Mission was 18th, 31 points. Derby, 17, 34 points. Topeka was 16th with 37 points. Shawnee Mission South was 15th with 49 points. Wichita North was 13th with 59 points. Also finishing 13th, Shawnee Mission North with 59 points. 12th, Blue Valley West, 61 points. 11, Shawnee Mission West, 68 points. Manhattan was 10th at 80 points. Wichita East, who had 107 points, finished 9th. Blue Valley Northwest had 145 points to finish 8th. Lawrence, 155 points to finish 7th. Lawrence Free State was 6th with 173 points. Blue Valley North was 174 points, finishing 5th. Olathe East, 212 points to finish 4th. Your third place team, Olathe Northwest, with 233 points. There they are collecting their trophy. Going to pose for a picture here in front of the old blocks or award stands. Nice job to Olathe Northwest. Second place is going to be Topeka Washburn Rural with 250 points. There they are. Look how happy they are. Great finish for them. Your 2012 state champions, Shawnee Mission East, 294 points. Makes it 3 years in a row for Shawnee Mission East here. And if I am correct, I believe that's number 12 or even number 13 in their history since women's swimming has been around in Kansas. pretty impressive there for Shawnee Mission East, as I was informed that they had their top swimmer out with mono. He wasn't even here. That is pretty impressive. That's a team that can stand together, persevere through some of these tough times. Look how happy they are up there, all those kids up on that block. We do have the All-State first team. We have one more second team All-State. Diver Emma Roush from Blue Valley West. And now we will talk about the first team. Katie Vaughn, senior of Olathe Northwest. Molly Christensen, senior Topeka Washburn Rural. Mackenzie Neely, junior Olathe Northwest. Kate Schneider, senior Shawnee Mission West. Shauna Esley, junior Olathe East. Heather Sistola, junior Lawrence. Paige Meredith, a junior Shawnee Mission South. McKenna Reif, senior Olathe Northwest. Gretchen Frick, a sophomore from Lawrence. Abby Lastly, sophomore from Wichita North. Haley Molden, senior from Topeka Washburn Rural. And Courtney Caldwell, a freshman from Lawrence Free State. From Blue Valley North as well, we have Grace Stafford and our diver on the first team, Allison Thomas, Olathe Northwest, I believe, as I do not have that name in front of me right now. Once again, we'd like to thank you for joining our broadcast on Kansas High School Network of the 2012 Girls State High School Swimming and Diving Championships. Right there we have it, your state champions, Shawnee Mission East, posing for their picture right now. Fantastic weekend of swimming. Once again, thank you to the Kansas High School Athletic Association, to all the parents, everyone who came in here and helped us in the broadcast booth. We really appreciate it. Congratulations to all of our athletes, as they did a great job this weekend. Don't know if they're going to jump in right here. Don't know if we're going to get a shot of that. Looks like they might be hopping in the water for a little celebration. This is the best part of a state swimming meet right here. You get to jump in, kind of celebrate. There they go. That is good times right there. Hop in, celebrate a little bit. Let's see, do they get Coach Cole in? I don't see Coach Cole in the wall there. Nope, there he is. Coach Cole pops up over there. Glad he can still swim. There he is. See the back of his head a little bit. There we go. Finally some coaches smiling on that Shawnee East side. Shawnee Mission East side. And good night from Capital Federal Natatorium at the Hummer Sports Complex in Topeka, Kansas.